So I want to touch a bit on the leadership the kind of leadership that we are facing back in Africa. I always want to talk about it. You know, when you clock 30 or 40, you have to separate nonsense and good. I mean bad from good. You have to separate. When you are in power, there's a time that you will not be in power. And you need to understand where you are taking the nation. What are you doing to help the country grow? First of all, we have to start with how do we get the representatives before we get the leadership, yeah? So everyone applies for the jobs. I'm gonna vie for this position. I'm gonna vie for this position. As in America, now take a clear example. Now, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, they're both vying for same position. So it's upon the Americans to decide who they want, depending on their policies and manifestos. That's a blueprint. That speaks volume. Let's put insults down. This is why I don't buy Trump's kind of leadership style. Insults, it's full of insults. But I don't demean him. He's a person and he has to be respected, yeah? Of his values, core values, yeah? In this world, I know men don't like women leadership, but things have evolved. This has to be accepted. Kamala is direct to the point. And when I watched their interview, it was so spot on what she stands for and what he wants to do for the people of America, the Americans in short. So I'm not gonna go there because that's another subject for another day. Then now we come to the electorates and the voters, isn't it? So the electorates, the commissioners who are there to do what? To supervise the election and give us the outcome. This is where we go wrong in Africa. If you are not ready and you're full of impunity, please don't apply to be an electoral, because you're gonna mess the election and that's gonna cause problems. People will lose lives. It happens every other term, which is 5 years. It happens in any other country in Africa. So my question is, you apply as electoral commissioner to supervise and monitor the election. What the hell are you doing that you can be bribed where you are sitting to manipulate the election? Are you mad? Are you kind of sick, man? Yeah? It's crazy. Your action causes turmoil in those nations. If you're not fit for that office, don't apply that you want to be the chairman of Electoral Commission to monitor the election. But in your stupid head, we have to go direct. There's no marking about of hiding words. No. We have to use the clear vocabulary to describe these monsters. Your course of action causes loss of lives. You see what you've done, even if you have been given 2 billion. You are not fit to hold that office. So for people who are thinking of applying for those jobs to monitor the election, if you are tempted, you shouldn't be. You should be cleared by the bureaus. Your background should be checked if you're fit to be in those positions. We don't want someone who can be compromised. That's a bloody puppet. And then you end up rigging the election. For instance, I'll give you an example of what's going on in America now. If Trump wins, so be it. The people of America have trusted him. That's what they want. And the consequences are there, isn't it? If they want Kamala Harris, for me, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. If I had a chance, but I don't live in the US. How I'm supporting, just because of her blueprint is, it relates with my principles. Yeah. If you rig an election to impose Kamala Harris, for instance, you are evil. and people will not take it because even the how do you call it? The ratings are there. Yeah, but the ratings are not the final votes. So sometimes there can be a change. But the pattern you guys are using to fiddle with the election is just terrible and sickening. Yeah? So whatever comes is the voice of the people and their right to elect their representatives. That must be respected. So it starts with the people who are there. It should be equally balanced. In Africa, it should be equally balanced because people are mad. Some people are mad who are in those offices. Yeah? But here, I can tell you, for example, where I come from, I'm from Kenya, part of Africa, East Africa. We had an election here. Here, it depends with the number of representatives, member of parliament that you have, that will decide who is going to be the prime minister. So Labour had more, like Starmer had more, he's the prime minister now. Sunak had few, so he lost his position. And when I went to the voting, yeah, there's no, how do you call it? No agents. The only clerks, few clerks. You do your job, you vote, you go home. What you vote there is what is reflected in the final count. No one is interested on who is to be manipulated, who do we put here, who do we do what. That's backwardness. That was happening in the 14th century during King Henry VIII, where people were being executed. When you cheat on your husband, you get executed. But when he's a polygamist, he's not get executed, which was wrong. It's more madness. My question to people who are vying for these positions, for commissioners, why do you rig the election to favor someone? If you're watching this, if you have been a commissioner, you're damn stupid. And you're taking us back. I have to use direct vocabulary. I'm not going to mark about on this, yeah? I know it's not an insult, because we are losing lives because of some coconut head who is thick. Look, I'll not mention names, any nation. Look what is happening around the world. I'll only mention one because I'll not go to Venezuela. Look what's happening in Venezuela. Total crazy, total madness. Eh? During meal trans, we discuss, it's not about, oh, how did it come from cooking to politics? No. Cooking is done. Now you can't just watch me stuffing my face. You see what I mean? I have to make it more exciting, isn't it? Now back to the electorates. Electorate are the voters. Here, I'm telling you, in UK, they don't care. There's no noise pollution of track of loud music. That, oh, this is my man, this is my tribe. It doesn't add value. Whether it's your tribe or who, it doesn't add value. Choose the best candidate that has got the nation at heart. This is to the developing nations. Whoever is watching this, get it, man. Yeah, simple. If you want to be a YouTuber, once you've developed this, you can buy those equipment. This is just an iPhone 12. I've got a stand here. I've got the speakers and the mouthpiece, but I'm not using them. This iPhone 12 is clear. Soon I'll update mine to iPhone 16. You're gonna watch it, this is clear. So I don't need all those. So if you're a beginner on YouTube, this is a side hustle. You can do it. Make money when you are sitting, going holiday, eating, doing activities. Engage yourself. Stay away from problems. Like in UK, we have knife crime. This will keep you away from issues carrying stupid knife. You stuffed it somewhere, like, are you crazy? Yeah? Back to the electorate. Don't go to the polling station to vote someone because you have been bribed. You're compromising the results of elections. And you will cry in the toilet afterwards. If people are doing that in your country, The consequences are very difficult. Prices of things will go up, institutions will be manipulated, you will get poor services in your country. So vote for someone who you think has got I've got the ability or the credentials to do the job. Yeah? Why don't you even think for yourself? Why don't you even try it instead of following people? Those representatives we have in developing world, to me, I would vote all of them out. All are garbage. These people are minting over $1 million plus every month. Then inside there, they also have tenders. They don't know. So as I was saying, when you are coming from developing world, it's not only people who have money can vie. Any poor person, anyone who is struggling, any hustler can vie. For instance, me, I'll relate this with, because I'm from Kenya, I don't want to call names because I don't do that. I don't support any side. I'm very neutral. I'm only supporting the good. But I don't enjoy seeing people hurting. No. I don't relate that with my principles. It doesn't add up with my principles. I'm against that. For instance, I've been watching Jacaranda politics. It's called Jacaranda somewhere in Nairobi. Those boys, some of them are university graduates. They are smart. Those boys can vie for any position. Don't hold yourself back because you don't have a Porsche car. You don't drive. You live in Mukuruku Ajenga, or you live in Kawangware or Madare. That one should not pin you down. You can go up, and the community will see your work, that this person is the best person for them, even if you don't have a bicycle. They'll come and support you, and they'll give you a chance. And once they give you a chance, do what is good for them. Because what we've seen from these politicians, they're all crooks. All crooks. All crooks. Because once you've reached the age of 30 or 40, are you mad? You do what is right for the people. And already these politicians have got billions of wealth. You find someone has 4 homes, one worth billion, the other one billion, the other one billion. What the hell do you want to do with that? And all of those stuff are not their hard-earned sweat. They're fiddled. They're taxpayers' money. They may be have worked hard for bills, but majority, maybe if you don't agree with this, you can put down below the comment, then we'll find a session next time to discuss it. So, as an amateur, you guys can try anywhere in any underdeveloping country to vie for these positions. For me, this is what I'm giving Kenyans. I'm from another tribe, and the person that I can pick to vie for presidential position in future is not from my tribe. I don't value tribe. I value tribe, but I don't put it forward. It's against my principle to affiliate with tribal coalition to get leadership. It's more of people looking for votes when they make affiliations. Yeah. For me, I would go for someone. I don't know if it's a senator from Kisii. Kisii is a tribe and a town. It's a city in Kenya or a town. I don't know if that's his real name. I don't. Maybe I could have an iPad to Google his name. Somebody Onyonka. Is it Onyonka or somebody? He's a senator. Oh yeah, I have an iPad here. I'll just Google his name quickly. This is someone that I would recommend for Kenyans. I've seen his politics. I've watched his interviews. Yeah, quickly. I'll just go Senator. Is here? Let me see quickly. Why is Safari here? I'll go to Safari here. Google, yeah, quickly. Is it Kisii? Kisii Senator. Yeah, I think this is him. Let me just Google this one. see his picture if that's him. Oh, what the hell is this now? Can I see his profile? Yeah, I'll go to profile. It's limiting me, man. Now I'll go back. What the hell is this now? Anyway, I'm done with eating. This is someone that I would go for. I would recommend to vie for the presidential candidate and the presidential position in Kenya. He's a senator. Yeah, let me just go down here. Yeah, I think this is him. It's called Richard Momoima Onyonka. Richard Momoima Onyonka. I'll show you the picture. Oh, still loading. God. Honestly. There's nothing I want from him. Nothing. You see that guy? That's the person I would recommend for Kenyans to elect as the president. That guy is not full of drama. I haven't Googled about his wealth, but before you apply for before you offer your candidature as a presidential candidate, you have to declare your wealth. So that one can be investigated by the bureau. If they find his wealth doesn't add up, then they have to eliminate him, because we want someone with a clear background to propel Kenya into another level. Because all we see is road shows and mass thinking. We want someone who has clear conscience, that can think for himself and know what is good for the nation to take us out of problems. I'm sure this guy will create, if he's given opportunity, he'll create free education for all. Let's kick ignorance out of developing countries or underdeveloped world. Let's kick ignorance away from us. Once that's done, we'll have how do we call them? A middle class. Once we have that, everyone will have qualifications. When he offers free education for all, from kinder, high school to primary to high school, university can be affordable. Because what this guy stands for, we have to get rid of bursaries, primary and high school. We don't need a bursary. We have to exchange programs. Like here in UK, they don't give bursaries to primary and high school and kindergartens. Kindergartens are free for under 2 years old. From there, now the government funds that because they pay the teachers. Yeah, high school, primary and high school are free. They're not giving how do you call it, bursaries for primary. There's a way. It will take me long to explain, and I don't want to take time. So we change programs with the UK. Stama is accessible person, or now the Kenyan president, I think, is in Germany. We can liaise with people here. You can come over here, liaise with this guy, and then not him will tell you how they run. There's a team, because they got independent institutions here. They'll tell you how these programs are running to offer free education for all. And high school is quite affordable. High school is where now we can get government funding. But primary and, university. But primary and high school and kindergarten, no, should be free. They also offer, how do you call this? Because UK is not heaven as you guys think. People hustle here. They also have food programs in school. When my kid goes to school, they have lunch programs. We don't worry about that. That's sorted by the government, even if our taxes are going to us, but we know where our taxes are going. Look at that. So let's get rid for now, because he's not there. This is my recommendation. Richard that Kisi name, Momoima Onyonka. Yeah? For now, because we have leadership there, that must be respected. As I said, me, I don't take sides, but I have a choice. I have a right of choice, isn't it? So this is a recommendation or a suggestion, if that's the right vocabulary. For now, even the beginning of next year, this one can be short-term exchange program with the UK government, and find how they made it possible for kids to go to school free without any payment, and also provide lunch programs. So our kids can go to school. Because right now, there are kids sitting at home. They want to go, they can't, because their parents cannot afford. And the economy it's hard. People cannot even afford 3 meals a day or 2. Some people are going without food. Yeah? They can't do that. So I think this is gonna be my, I'm gonna edit this and I'm gonna put them into chapter 1, 2, and 3. So you need to follow me on these ones, yeah? It's not gonna bore you, because one is gonna be maybe 20 seconds, 30, and so on, so forth, and so on, yeah? That one is tackled. We must have free education in Africa to keep ignorance out. In Spain, there used to be problem during Franco, the dictator of Spanish. People went to exile, but we have to even work with them. What did the Spanish guys do to change that country? That was during the Second World War, when Franco was a nightmare. He was a pain. People were missing. People were getting killed. Yeah? But they have evolved. They have moved on. They don't talk about Franco. They don't discuss that. That chapter is closed. And the Spanish people are living peacefully. I was there recently. I was amazed. Even this racial discrimination, maybe because I was there shortly, I didn't experience it. When I arrived at the Barcelona airport, I was going somewhere 2 hours drive away, but on the train maybe 1 hour. Northern Spain, between the border of France and Spain, yeah? El Silva de Mar, yeah? It's a land of opportunity. You may think you are in heaven, and you are not. The environment is quite tidy. No one is spitting. People are well behaved. If you are doing that anyway, stop spitting on the road. Cough and spit. No, don't do that. That's ugly. Don't sneeze. Have this. Yeah? We have to, it starts with us as citizens to keep our environment clean, isn't it? Yeah? Don't litter. Don't eat mangoes and bananas and just chuck them. You are creating problems, and you are breeding mice and rats around when you are doing that. So we have to exchange programs and understand, like, how did the Spanish do it? Those guys don't talk about Franco. People went in exile, they died in exile, they never went back, because Franco was more than crocodile man in Zimbabwe, Mamagagwanga, during Mugabe's time, yeah? Franco was twice worse than Magwanga, or is Mr. Crocodile, they call him that, or Mobutu Sese Seko in Congo. But what did they do to change the country? That's what the developing countries need to do. You identify these nations that are doing well, you exchange programs. You don't send people for benchmarking and you pay them crazy allowances while people are dying of curable diseases like malaria in developing world. Have we lost our values? Misplaced ideas. Another thing that I would like to put across, because when my family are going to travel, I got maybe 2 hours for myself to do this. Beginning today, I was doing it in the past anyway, but I stopped because my YouTube channel was not doing well. I only left it for vacation, then I do videos. But for me to grow and find subscribers, I have to do this daily. Like I keep it active, yeah, because I've lost some of my audience when it went dormant, yeah. Because I don't have all that knowledge to discuss everything. I'm just saying that at my age now, I don't want bullshit. I don't take bullshit from anyone. I don't give anyone bullshit. You bring garbage on my door, I give you your garbage back. Because in places, UK is good, but there's racism, but they wear gloves. You can't see it, but you have to be smart to see it. You have to read the body language. If someone gives you attitude, just walk away or give him attitude back, but don't involve in fist. That's gonna taint your CRB records. Here, that will send you to jail. Obviously, direct to jail. You don't do that. And hurting someone, you don't gain any value. Just walk away. You don't need to win the last word of argument. It's bullshit, isn't it? So this is what I'm gonna say to the developing world. How do you want to be remembered as a leader? Because for me, some leaders don't exist in my memory because of their tyranny during their regimes. There was a boy I was supporting from the street of Kisumu. This boy lost both his parents. That's what he told me. Actually, 3 of them. They needed rehabilitation. I had some American friends who identified them on the street. They were from Namibia. They went to Namibia on their how do you call it, on their gap year. They were 20s. Then they traveled via Kenya for safaris. We met. I was running some stuff. They told me with my friend. We decided to accommodate these kids. But 2 of them didn't like the village life because for them to get rehabilitation, we had to transfer them from town life to my village because my parents passed way back. So we had a house there. It's not a nice house as you may think. It's just like, you know, the houses we have back at home. They need upgrading when you have cash. But we live there. That's where I was brought up. I enjoyed my schooling there. I enjoyed looking after cattle there. I enjoyed farming. And we were happy with the little that we had. We were living from the farm. Yeah? My mom was a hard-working woman. And taken care of us very well. The pidgin English, the Nigerian English, they call it pidgin English. She took care of us well. There was no wahala. Wahala, they follow you everywhere. That's Nigerian, I think, English. Problems, they follow you everywhere. And we grew up, we went to school. In primary, we were sent away for school fees. And look, because we didn't have that opportunity, we would sneak back to class. When the teachers have gone out, we sneak back. Compared to here, the kids are given ice cream. We buy them to go to school. They don't know. But that's the life here. They're comfortable. And that's what kids know. They need to understand. We need to look after them. We don't need to ruin our own kids. Because like me now, my age, the distance between me and the grave now is closer. I will be going to my cemetery soon. Yeah? So once you clock 30, 40, you need to start thinking about the future. Now these kids are the future. I have kids. They are the future. Yeah? I'm not telling my story here. I'm trying to relate this with things that are happening back at, in underdeveloped world. I'm not being specific. Yeah? So I'm not being negative anyway. We are just exchanging ideas. When you are 40 years as a president, most of them there, I think the youngest president is from Burkina Faso. And I buy his ideas. Whether it was a coup, but I buy his ideas. I'm not happy that he kicked the French out, but the French had been ruining that nation. What they were doing is take. Nothing is happening there. The leaders that maybe would do something good, you know how these people work, the West, because their interest is crude minerals. They want to put puppets into the regimes to just extort and excrete things away from there. So thumbs up to, what's his name? Traore. Yeah, it was a coup, but you're doing well, my brother. God bless you, sir. What I would tell you, yeah, give yourself a time frame. You're a very smart guy. I've watched some of your YouTubes. Give yourself a time frame and what you're doing there. Even the Russians are helping. Whatever program they are doing, we shouldn't just be negative because Russians are fighting Ukraine. We shouldn't just be general. We have to pick some points that are good, yeah? Work with them. Elevate Burkina to somewhere. Yeah? And once things have set, don't be a lifetime president. Like, I'll Google this country. Someone has been a president for 45 years. The total madness. Which country is it? I would say the longest serving African president, then that will come up. The longest serving African president. Let's see if it comes. African country longest serving leaders. The list is here. List of shame. This guy, Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo, the president of Equatorial Guinea. Shame on you. For 45 years. What are you doing? And what have you not done that you want to do now? How old is he now? He came to power in August 3rd, 1979. Coup. He's Africa's longest serving leader with 43 years. Next month he's turning 80. 80 years. What do you want to do? You see, this is where people go wrong, honestly. And this is kind of plantation mentality that we don't want. You understand the term plantation slavery, plantation mentality. Our people who were abducted during slavery and taken abroad, God bless them. It's not good to talk about those people. They suffered. They suffered, man. They used to have Uncle Toms. That's the word they used to call them, Uncle Toms. Uncle Toms are the snitches. Because they were called house niggers. Uncle Toms, house niggers. Or house Negroes. The field Negroes that Malcolm X talked about were the field niggers. They worked them to death. Uncle Toms, these house niggers, were eating with the masters. And they're given cozy rooms to sleep. So they would snitch on the field niggers. Those who are planning to see their girlfriends at night in another farm. Those who are planning to run away, they were called runaway slaves. The Uncle Toms, the house niggers, the snitches. This is how we call them now, snitches. They would report to their slave masters. Oh, you know what? So and so, let's use letters. A and B are planning to escape. Or C he left last night to see his girlfriend in another plantation and came back. And these Africans were hanged. It was terrible. It's something that we can't go on to now. That's another subject for another day. So these long-serving African leaders, how do you want to be remembered? And what have you done that you're going to do at 80? Because now, Obiang, this guy called Obiang, what's his name? Obiang, the Equatorial Guinea president, Paul Biya, that's another one from Cameroon. There's another one, Denis Sassou Nguesso, Republic of DRC Congo. That's a list of shame. There's another one, Museveni, 36 years in power. What else do you want to do? King Mswati of Kingdom of Eswatini. You have another one, Afwerki of Eritrea, 29 years. So between me and them, who is even closer to the cemetery? Though there are challenges in life, I can go to the cemetery before them. But when it comes to aging, age is not something to talk about or discriminate. I'm not discriminating against them. But this is just logics. You are 80 and you are killing youths. This is what these guys are doing. It's relevant. It's not a negative comment, but we are learning. What can we do better? Because these youths that you are getting rid of are the leaders, are the future leaders. Because let's say we gave this guy, I'm not discriminating, these are just illustrations. Let's say we give Paul Biya, the Cameroonian president, or this guy, Obiang of Equatorial Guinea. He's 80 now, next one. Let's give him another 20 years. He won't even be able to walk. They'll be helping. He'll have carers who will be taking him out to sunbathe in the bed and bring him back. Probably he'll even be wearing pads. Let's zoom to the future so that we can learn to deal with the present and what kind of history do we want to live. So back to where I was telling you, where I was brought up and how I came to meet these kids, yeah, on the streets. 2 went to a home, in another orphanage home. 1 liked my village, yeah. He was just 13 when we got him. 12, I think. 12-year-old boy had become homeless, a street boy. We call them, there's a slang they use in Kenya. They call them ninjas, which is not suitable. I wouldn't say that, but just to be familiar with my discussion or content, I have to use that. I respect them anyway, so much. They're just human like me. We can't discriminate, yeah? Same as I'm not using age to discriminate, because I'm also aging, and I'm aging gracefully as I near my cemetery. I have to relate that with facts, isn't it? It's sad anyway, yeah, but yes, it happens. I'll be stopping soon. These are gonna be into episodes. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Then for the whole week I'm not doing it. Next week I'll do it for you. I got something to, I'm gonna remove papers on the wall, wallpapers. So on the doorway, hallway. Is it doorway or the hallway? For painting. It's nice weather today, man. We are very lucky. It's summer. People have started getting miserable. Misery. So I'm not getting you lost. I'm going back to my discussion, guys. Yeah. That guy liked my village, that little boy. To me, was like a son, to me, or my brother. We enrolled him in a school. The teachers were so welcoming. They took him. They knew his problem. But he didn't want to be known as a homeless boy or a street boy. So we covered that. We only informed the teachers. Very confidential information. If you are professional, confidential matters should remain with you enclosed. You don't disclose. Though, I don't know how this news reached the community. I think the teachers were fine. They helped the boy. He was a monitor in the class, head monitor, like a prefect. But it exploded from my clan. You know, clan. In the village we have clan. Yeah. There's a boy. It was a street boy. He's in this home, and that's how this news spread, and it became a bully. So people were calling him like a street boy, and he was not happy with that, but he didn't care, because this boy had a vision where he wanted to be in future. Yeah. People were helping. I had good friends here. I don't want to call names, but they run a very good organization in Africa. Now they're called, they used to be called COP, but now they have registered under a different organization. They're doing an excellent job. We had a good relations with them. They're doing amazing. God bless them. They'll never die poor. And during, yes, this boy, we took him when he was in primary 5. That was 2 years down the line. So he was doing farming, chicken, poultry farming in my village. He liked it. He told, I would buy like a, how do you call it, gear radio that you just adjust. You don't use, it doesn't use battery. My girlfriend by then,